Hello everyone, and welcome to HandBound TCG. My name is Carson, and I have been creating TCG games since I was a kid. It all started when me and my cousin on family vacation realized we forgot our Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and we came to the decision that we had to make our own. So the game that we ended up creating was called Ancient Elements, and we had a lot of fun with that game, but there was a lot of complexity to it. A lot of things to keep track of, like persistent damage, life totals, and gems, which was the mana source, but that was also really complicated. So I ended up scrapping that TCG completely, and I wanted to start completely new with a TCG focused on simplicity. I wanted a game that didn't have any life totals to worry about, didn't have any persistent damage, complex rules, or really, I just wanted all the complexity to come from the cards themselves. So the first thing I thought of, and where this TCG, HandBound, comes from, is making your hand everything. Your hand is obviously the cards you get to play, just like any other TCG, but it's also your mana source, and it's also, most importantly, your life. If you ever run out of cards in your hand, you lose. Now, this decision came with a lot of questions. How are players going to reduce the other's hands? How does a cost mechanic with the hand work? Are we going to have to discard cards that we put in the deck because we wanted to play them from the hand in order to pay for other cards? There were so many questions I had going into this, and all of these questions and many more will be answered in this series. Right now, I am pretty decently far in the creation of this game. I have a lot of cards created. In fact, I was at a point where I had 100 unique cards printed out and I was playtesting with them. And then I kind of changed a lot about the game and I ended up having to scrap pretty much all 100 of those cards. And I'll show you some of those cards here. But I still have them. They look pretty cool. They just need redone to fit with the next version of the game. And recently that's what I've been working on. I've solidified the version 0.5 rule set. And there's a lot that's probably going to change with that. That's why it's version 0.5. There's a lot of decisions I have made so the game's actually in a playable state, but a lot of these decisions aren't concretely made. There's a lot of things I want to play test, a lot of different rules I want to kind of test out and see how it'll actually play. But right now I'm at a good point where I have a very good structure of how I want the cards to act and a good structure on how to build the cards. So I figured I'd make this YouTube channel and start sharing my journey of how I created HandBound TCG. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please like, subscribe, and stick around and look out for new HandBound TCG videos.